Come. I'm gonna tell y'all how it all started, man. What got me to doing this, right? One day, I was like, it had to be like 10 years ago. It had to be 10 years ago. The brown band I got, that brown band, I was taking my auntie somewhere. This one, it was her band. She used to get me to take her to the check cash place all the time. And she used to pay me money to take her. You know what I'm saying? Take her to the check cash place, cash her check. So it was these two girls, you know what I'm saying? They was outside selling the spray bottles, you know what I'm saying? The real spray bottles. And they was killing them. They was killing them, man. And it's loud in here though, so. They was killing them or whatever with the spray bottles, man. They was killing them with the spray bottles. And the knockoff bottles, but they didn't actually have knockoff bottles. They have just the low brand bottles. They weren't knockoff. They were just the low end bottles. You know what I'm saying? They didn't actually win really easy. They was just low end. They were knockoff. But they had the knockoffs too, and they had the knockoffs. And they was selling the knockoffs for like they was real sprays, like they had the real shit. They was killing them. They was making probably like $200 or something. And like,
Chris,
what up, though? You alright? And like,
what's that right there?
that's that. Come to me, my #1 seller.
Really?
Yeah.
It says, let me smell. No, that's the one.
Yep.
Let me smell that, Grant. Come to me.
Yeah. That boy glowing too. He's glowing too.
Really? Alright, I'm gonna fuck with if you get a sample, like maybe $2 bottle of it.
Alright.
I'm gonna see what you like.
Alright. Alright, back to what I was saying. So I was, you get some? So I was actually seeing her, man. She was making probably like a lot of money. I can't tell you how much money she was making, but she was slapping them bottles for like $40 a bottle, and she sold like 10 of them motherfuckers right there in front of my face. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
This is from Marshall.
okay. So I actually bought one myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, I'm gonna show her support and buy one myself. You know what I'm saying? Actually, no, I didn't buy none. I actually got her number and shit. But I ended up buying one from her. You know what I'm saying? I ended up buying one from her. Long story short, I'm like, shit. I was just joking like shit. Don't you know how you be joking like shit? I need to come in. I need to come and fuck with y'all and shit. I wasn't really serious like that. But she had ended up giving me her card. It was like, yeah, come, you come work for me. So I came and worked with them and shit. They had their own little company and whatever. They was from New York. They was like, New York was trying to take over, man. New York was trying to take over. I'm trying to tell you. This is 10 years ago. Or probably longer than that, man. This is probably longer than that. This was like 10 years ago or more. So I'm like, fuck it. She like, come up here, meet me at the such and such at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, 8 o'clock in the morning. All right, fuck it, I'm up there. So they took me to this little loft they had over there on 8 Mile. And it was like a bunch of them motherfuckers, like a bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? It'd probably be like,
We already got free internet.
it was,
Yeah, I know.
Anything that
there probably was like 20 people in that mug, man. There had to be like 20 people in there. You know what I'm saying? All working for this one dude. You know what I'm saying? everybody had their crew. You know what I'm saying? I had a crew. So I was with old girl crew. You know what I'm saying? So we had to get out and get on the bus. You know what I'm saying? And go out to sell these bottles. You know what I'm saying? With book bags, man. We was out selling these bottles or whatever. So I'm selling these bottles or whatever, and I'm selling these bottles, and I was banging them motherfuckers, man. I'm banging them bottles, man. I did it the first day, you know what I'm saying? The first day, banging, you know what I'm saying? So they had me. I was with the girls, you know what I'm saying? I had a girl clique of some pretty females, man. They was the girl clique, so niggas was hating because I had the girl clique, you know what I'm saying? Because a girl recruited me in, so they didn't have nobody had no car, you know what I'm saying? I had my own car, so of course they want to ride with me. So I'm riding, you know what I'm saying? I made them pay me for gas. Like, y'all got to pay me for gas. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Shit, y'all ride with me. You know what I'm saying? Shit, y'all already catching the buses, man. I got a car. But the first day I went, I rode with them on a bus. Like, just to see what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I started driving. I don't know what car I was driving. I think I probably drove my van. So when they found out I had a van, you know what I'm saying? The whole crew wanted to hop in my van. Like, the whole damn squad.
What's up?
What up, though? So I'm like, everybody give me some gas. We good. So now I'm just the gas. I'm just driving them around. So I end up, I got tired of that, man. Like, shit, I'm not doing this, man. I'm selling my bottles of sprays or whatever. So I'm selling my bottles of sprays. I end up hitting every little store, every spot I could see, man, because I'm trying to get these bottles off. Like, I'm a hustler, man. I'm really hustling. So I actually went to this one man who had his own business. He had his own store where he sell perfume sprays. He had everything. He was like, man, you know what? I get all that. I actually sold him a bottle, and he had a store. That's how cold I was. I wasn't giving up till he bought a bottle. I don't care if he had a store or not. And I thought he was lying. So I ended up selling the guy who ended up having a store that sell the shit. He had a whole store, the wholesale store and everything. I sold him a bottle. That's how cold I was. So I end up going to a store the same day. No, right then and there, and copped a couple bottles from him. Like, oh, you know what, bam, copped a couple bottles, whatever. So I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is it. I'm like, I've been giving this nigga money. I could just get these bottles for cheap and sell them myself. So actually, I had the better bottles than them. I had them low. I was able to get the low end bottles, but I had some different shit. I had the knockoff bottles. You know what I'm saying? I had the low end bottles. I had the real knockoff boys. So I was popping them off. You know what I'm saying? I'm popping them off. And them the bottles that you get caught with. If you get caught with, you go to jail for. You know what I'm saying? At first I had the low end bottles, just the low end bottles that I was selling that you couldn't go to jail for. Now I got the bottles that you can go to jail for because they knock off. So I'm selling shit, and the police pulled up on me with these knockoff bottles, man. And they about to take me to jail. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I ended up talking my way out of it and shit somehow. After that day, I'm like, you know what? If I'm gonna do this, man, I'm gonna do this shit full-fledged, my own shit. I gotta go worry about going to jail with this shit. I'm about to start doing this shit myself. So I ended up went back to the man with the re-up. I told him he got quit. Told him I quit. Took all the bottles, took all this merchandise, man. I don't know, I was kind of, you know, grimy a little bit. I took all this shit. But I ended up paying them back. But I had to get back on my feet, you know what I'm saying? I took all the bottles, made an excuse, something, you know what I'm saying? But I ended up paying them back, you know what I'm saying? Out of my pocket, like here. But I got on now. Now I'm on. I wasn't planning on ripping them off in the first place. I was planning on getting this money back. I'm a real nigga. I ended up giving the money back for all the stuff I sold anyway. All the money he wanted, I gave it back to him. And then I pro'd up, got my own bag, had my own shit. So now I'm out here selling my own shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like, actually, I'm actually trying to take notes. Like, this shit like the dope game. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I'm about to have some niggas work for me. So now I got these bottles. You know what I'm saying? I got these motherfuckers working for me. You know what I'm saying? I got a girl I ended up getting a girl to work for me. I had 2 girls working for me, and I had 2 guys working for me. So now I got 4 niggas working for me. I got the bag, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving them like, every bag is probably like $1,000 worth of shit in the bag, you know what I'm saying? Every bag got 1,000 shit worth in the bag, you know what I'm saying? So I get my bag to this one chick or whatever. She didn't when I had to watch her, like I had to watch her with the shit. I trusted her and shit to go get my shit and bring my shit back. This bitch get the money and she runs off with the money. You know what I'm saying? Bitch runs off with the bag. So she never gave my money back. So she ended up talking about once she got fucked up again, she ended up trying to come back. Like, I'm like, what? Bitch, you can't come back work with me, bitch. You done just ran off with the bag. So So she ran off with the merchandise.
Yeah.
So I let her come back, but I made her work it off. You know what I'm saying? You know when you come back, fuck it, I need workers. So she ended up working the money off, you know what I'm saying? And paying me back a little bit. She didn't pay me back all of it, but she worked it, you know what I'm saying? So after that, I cut her off. Like, nigga, you out. Once you pay my money back, I still cut her off. I should have smacked that bitch. So after that, I said, you know what? I ain't about to have motherfuckers working for me. I'm about to just do it myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back out here doing it myself, hitting all the stores up, everything. And then when I was selling the sprays, you know what I'm saying? So then I end up getting a little spot. I had my own spot where I sold. I had my own spot where I sold my sprays at. You know what I'm saying? Not where I'm at right now. It was a different spot. So I was at Shoe Time on Grand River in Greenfield. I used to be posted up in that mug all the time inside of the shoe store with the spray bottles, man. I was popping them bitches off. You know what I'm saying? This is like a long time ago. So this one dude was doing it with me. He was like right before me. He like right before me and shit. And he was selling the oils though. You know what I'm saying? So we was going at it back to back, going to war. I'm like, he's selling the oils. I'm selling the real sprays. You know what I'm saying? So I had watched the guy how many little $5 little bottles he could sell. Like these little bottles he could sell. It's easier to sell. You know what I'm saying? And to sell some bottles for $40 and $50. You know what I'm saying? So he'll probably sell like 2 or 3 bottles, but he made his money and got the fuck on. You know, I'm still trying to sell my bottles. I'm like, all right, you know what? Let me try it. I actually want to try it. So I ended up getting a little bit of bottles. You know what I'm saying? I thought about the pros about it. Like, damn, I'm about to start doing this because it's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? I got to spend $1,000 on work every day. Because when I had the spray bottles, I had to spend like $500 every day to re-up. When I sold all my bottles, my goal was to sell all my bottles every day. So I sell my bottles, I probably make like $1,000. I make $1,000. And then once I make $1,000, I put 5 in it. So I got 5. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm making 5, but I'm doing it every day. You know what I'm saying? So when I got to the oils, I didn't have to re-up every day. You know what I'm saying? I had to re-up every day. You know what I'm saying? Once I re-up with that 500, I was making the same amount of money, but I didn't have to re-up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made me start doing the oils. Like, you know, fuck that. I don't gotta re-up every time I flip all my shit. I can hold on to these bitches and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. So now I'm doing this. I end up getting me a crib off the, you know what I'm saying? I already had a crib, matter of fact. So I end up getting another crib and shit. A better house and everything, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how that went, but somehow the better crib. So I end up doing that, and then I end up seeing these one girls or whatever and shit. They like, man, we need somebody like you where we at. You know what I'm saying? Where there'd be another guy in there. They like they need you in there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go try it. So that's how I ended up going to the Greenfield Market, man. I ended up coming up here. Some chicks ended up getting me to come up here because they said they need somebody up here to smell with the smells and shit. So I come up there, it was nobody up here, you know what I'm saying? They said it was another guy up here who sell oils, but he wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? So he was never here. So the security guard told me to just come work in a couple hours, work like 2 or 3 hours a day, you know what I'm saying? Get up here early. So it wasn't nobody coming up here early in the morning like that. Like when I was coming up here at 7 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the morning, I used to have this bitch every morning until they come. So they starting to get hip. Like when you come up, what time you get up? What time you get up here? What time you get up here? That's how you see all these vendors up here right now, how they get up here early in the morning. They say that because they up here early in the morning, but it comes from me. And it wasn't a bunch of vendors like that. They weren't even doing it like, it wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It was like 2 or 3 of them up here to be selling shit every now and then, you know what I'm saying? But this was the go-to spot where you do see black entrepreneur businesses growing, coming out, and you know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm gonna start posting my fights too at Greenfield Market. A bunch of shit going on. There's a fight going on right now. Probably so somebody arguing. But so hold on, that ain't a fight. So I end up doing that, man. And actually was one of the first motherfuckers that you probably see out here that made it legit.
Yeah, they already. I'll be back.
Oh yeah.
I'll be back like in an hour.
They so I made it legitly for you to people to be out here putting tables out. You didn't actually see nobody putting tables out. You didn't see nobody putting bringing tables out back then, motherfuckers, and wasn't trying to do that. Now today, you look out, man. I could say probably like 2 years ago, you started seeing a lot of vendors and shit setting up tents and stuff like that. But back then, when I did it, it wasn't too many people doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I the one bridge the gap to seeing these motherfuckers. Like mostly all the vendors you see around here, where I'm at now, I was doing this shit way before them. You know what I'm saying? And to made it to the point where you sitting down, you comfortable, and you ain't worried about the police coming out and messing with you because you're like, damn, there's too many of us doing it now. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, people used to be scared to be selling their stuff, man. They used to be scared to be selling their stuff, man. But now, man, if you want to get you a tent, set that motherfucker up, as long as there ain't no stolen shit or no illegal shit, you can do it, man. Go ahead, start your own business, man. You're gonna get your money up, man. That's all I gotta say. I'm about to drop this on my YouTube channel. And if y'all wanna see a fight, I'm about to post it up on my next live video. I'm out.